Good evening. This is Capital News for Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. I'm Michael Wharton, and here are the stories we're tracking this evening. Regional heads of judiciary issue joint statement on CCJ controversy, and Guyana Bar Association and Attorney Nigel Hughes differ over CCJ leak response. We will return with the news.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not in the PLE, apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered, apply for a name change if you have changed your name, or apply for a correction if your registration particulars are incorrect. Any person whose information on the PLE is incorrect can apply for such information to be changed or corrected. Any person applying for a change or correction to his or her particulars must provide the relevant original source document, birth certificate and deed poll for a name change by deed poll, birth certificate and marriage certificate for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate, naturalization certificate for correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Tuesday, July 14, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Mom, Dad, this is Trevor.
Hi. He's no Kieran. Back up.
Fling?
That's why he crossed the road.
It was funny when Kieran said it.
Ooh, who could that be?
We're like the parents who don't miss your ex.
I can't believe Kieran is in the neighborhood.
CG United. Good like that.
Thanks for staying with us on Capital News. Guyana Bar Association and Attorney Nigel Hughes differ over CCJ leak response. The Guyana Bar Association has expressed grave concern over media reports that internal correspondence among judges of the Caribbean Court of Justice (CCJ) was leaked, but the statement has drawn sharp pushback from prominent attorney Nigel Hughes, who says it fails to reflect the views of a significant section of Guyana's legal profession. In its statement, the Bar Association said the CCJ, as Guyana's final appellate court, must remain a bastion of justice and that internal deliberations must stay confidential. It said the unauthorized disclosure itself, not the content, risks bringing the administration of justice into disrepute and took no position on the substance of what was disclosed. Hughes, managing partner at Hughes, Fierce and Stobie, rejected that framing. He said he is not persuaded. The Bar Association statement reflects the broader legal community, noting that many practitioners, senior and junior alike, are concerned not about the leak itself, but about what it revealed. According to Hughes, the correspondence shows a majority of sitting CCJ judges raised serious concerns about governance, consultation, decision-making, and leadership within the court, including allegations of unilateral decision-making and attempts to influence judicial outcomes. He argued these concerns coming from within the court itself cannot be waved aside as a confidentiality issue, calling instead for an independent examination of matters raised. Confidentiality, Hughes said, cannot become a shield behind which serious allegations about a court's operations are insulated from scrutiny. Hughes stressed his aim is not to undermine the CCJ, but to protect it, arguing that institutions grow stronger when concerns are confronted openly rather than suppressed. 4 injured, including 2 sisters and a teen, after West Front Road altercation escalates into gunfire. 4 people, including 2 sisters and a teenage boy, were injured following an altercation on the West Front Road, which escalated into gunfire, according to a statement released by the Guyana Police Force. The incident had its genesis in an altercation involving a vehicle that turned into an area in close proximity to the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission location in West Rhinefeldt, narrowly missing a child who was playing with other children. Police said initial investigations revealed that 2 women ages 26 and 31 were sitting along the West Front Road when an altercation started between them and a 48-year-old security guard of Ben Street, Working Ross. During the altercation, the security guard reportedly discharged several rounds from a firearm in his possession. Nikita Austin, 31, who was shot in her right foot and left leg, was treated at the Georgetown Public Hospital before being discharged. Her 26-year-old sister, Ava, remains hospitalized nursing gunshot wounds to her left ankle and upper left leg. Austin's 15-year-old son was grazed during the shooting incident, while a neighbor also sustained gunshot injuries. Nikita and her sister, LaShawna, recalled what happened.
About 5:30, me, my sister, family, everybody, we normally go over in the street and line. Them children is playing. So we just see a Tinta black car pull up. Have like, he come out. He Mrs. Man, he just miss knocking my daughter. As she said that, he start cuss up. So she starts to big man like you want to be influencer alcohol or what. He starts to girl, you know who's me, you know who's me. He jump on the phone and call a patroller or everybody patrol didn't meet us yet or nothing. She back and forth. He just put a gun to his side. Crank it, as he crank it, my son end up running over. I'll beg her, you see that children there, you can't pull in gun. As my son said, the man told her, hey, don't talk to me, pussy. And I told her, big man, humble yourself, no man, is a child talking to you. He give me one chuck. As he give me one chuck, my big belly sister, my brother-in-law, approached you and try talking to you. The man don't want to hear though. The man take the gun now and do, boy. I try to run, but as I run, I can pick up the first one. As I run around the car again, close to the road, I pick up the second one. When I notice it's blackout, I get it. When I open back my eye, I notice my sister running for her life, my son running for everybody start getting scared all over. The man can jump in the car, the door open, and pull off.
The family is calling for justice, claiming that the suspect fired indiscriminately during the confrontation and put the lives of people in the area at risk.
After I get so confused, I run, stop in vehicle, I jump in the car. My sister, cause she drive. She jump in, we go straight to the outpost. When we go at the station, the people was. It's not the same taxi we pass in the speed with the door open. We said yes. Then we let them escort me at the hospital. When them escort me at the hospital, well, them ask questions and these things, and we give them the verdict towards the scene what happened.
The driver of the vehicle, who was captured on video, managed to escape the scene. Police said CCTV cameras in the area are being reviewed as part of the ongoing investigation. The 48-year-old man was subsequently contacted at a private hospital where he was receiving medical attention for an injury he received. His condition is said to be stable. The firearm used in the incident was identified as a licensed Glock 19 pistol, for which the 48-year-old security guard is licensed to carry. The firearm, along with 2 magazines containing a total of 27 live 9mm rounds of ammunition, was retrieved and lodged. 1 spent shell was also recovered at the... We will return with more news.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration, change, correction to your particulars, or you can object to the inclusion of anyone whom you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GCOM registration offices will open Monday to Friday from 8 to 18 hours, Saturday, Sunday and holidays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Super 6 is the jackpot game with the biggest cash payout, and it's very simple and easy to play. With increased chances of winning, just pick any 6 numbers from 1 to 28, or buy a quick pick and you can be a jackpot winner. Get 6 numbers and you can win the jackpot. Match 5 numbers plus the bonus ball and be a winner. You're still a winner if you match 5 numbers, 4 numbers, or even 3 numbers plus the bonus ball. Get a free ticket if you match the letter. Drawing twice per week. You never want to miss your chance at being a jackpot winner. So, remember, a ticket a day can make you rich today.
Thanks for staying with us on Capital News. Opposition raises alarm over alleged corruption in Versailles Parika Highway project. Opposition leader Asruddin Mohammed is raising serious concerns over alleged corruption in the construction of a new 4-lane highway from Versailles to Parika, a roughly 23-kilometer project divided into 17 contract lots valued at approximately $121 billion. According to the opposition leader, several of the contractors awarded lots on the project are allegedly linked to senior government functionaries, and that the cost far exceeds what similar road projects have cost in the past.
If you apply that same cost per kilometer to these 23 kilometers, you would arrive at approximately $32.5 billion, not $121 billion. They are now looking at robbing taxpayers almost 4 times that amount. This year's entire national budget is $1.558 trillion. $121 billion represents nearly 8% of the entire national budget on just 23 kilometers of road.
Mohammed also alleged that some contractors began stockpiling construction materials before the contracts were formally awarded.
They knew they were getting the work. They were confident enough to spend money and mobilize and stockpile sand and crusher run before the awards were made. This is why we are calling this blatant skullduggery. The PPP's corruption and injustice know no bounds. Friends become billionaires overnight.
The opposition leader is now calling directly on Vice President Jagdeo to intervene and halt the project.
As opposition leader, I won't sit back and allow the contract to go on. And I'm calling directly on Vice President Jagdeo not to pretend that you do not see what is happening. President Ali is blatantly shafting the Guyanese people with this project. Put a halt to these contracts immediately.
Beyond his role as Vice President, Jagdeo is also General Secretary and leader of the governing People's Progressive Party, as well as leader of the party's list of candidates, placing him at the center of the opposition's call for accountability on the project. U.S.-Guyana reaffirm economic and security ties during Deputy Secretary of State's visit. The United States and Guyana have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening economic and security cooperation during a visit on Tuesday by U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau, according to a statement issued by the United States Embassy in Georgetown. Landau met with President Irfan Ali in Georgetown as part of his August 9 to 12 visit to Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, the embassy said. According to the statement, the sides discussed expanding bilateral economic cooperation and strengthening investment opportunities with a focus on strategic sectors including energy and critical minerals. The United States and Guyana reaffirmed their intent to strengthen counter-narcotics and border security cooperation consistent with the March 2025 U.S.-Guyana Security Cooperation MOU. Building on this, the United States said it intends to provide U.S. $2 million for a new initiative developing air domain awareness and unmanned aerial system capabilities. Deputy Secretary Landau's visit underscores the United States' commitment to strengthening partnerships across the hemisphere and advancing shared priorities, including regional security, energy resilience, and economic prosperity. More news on the other side of this break.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Tuesday, July 14, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. GISB launches 2026 Technical Scholarship Program. Olinda Poole has this report.
Guyana Shorebase Inc. GYSBI has launched its 2026 Technical Scholarship Program aimed at expanding educational and career opportunities for young Guyanese between the ages of 16 and 25 pursuing technical and vocational studies. Scholarships will be available to students starting studies in September at technical institutes in Essequibo, Georgetown, Linden, Maiconi, New Amsterdam, and Upper Quarantine, in fields including mechanical and electrical engineering, metalwork, and welding and fabrication. The award covers up to $500,000 per academic year toward tuition, transportation, uniforms, and other expenses, and include internship opportunities at GYSBI during semester breaks with possible employment consideration after graduation. GYSBI's Human Resource Manager, Ayana Seal, said the program reflects the company's investment in building a skilled technical workforce for Guyana's growing oil and gas sector. Since launching in 2023, the program has supported 22 students from 8 regions. Application closed August 28th and can be submitted through GYSBI official job portal. Reporting for Capital News, I am Olinda Poole.
The Airline Operators Association says airfares reflect real costs, not profiteering, amid presidential pressure. Reacting to concerns raised by President Irfanali about the cost of domestic airfare, the Aviation Operators Association of Guyana has said it is committed to affordable, safe, and sustainable air transport. In a press statement, the AOG said it has reviewed hinterland transportation costs in numerous meetings with government over recent months, including with the ministers responsible for finance and aviation, examining the industry's cost structure in detail. The association said aircraft suitable for Guyana's operations are expensive, citing a Cessna Caravan's capital repayment of over US $40,000 monthly, or about US $700 per flight hour, regardless of whether the plane is flying. It said aviation insurance premiums in Guyana remain roughly 300% higher than in the United States, driven by remote airdromes, tropical conditions, and short, unpaved runways. While acknowledging government's investment in upgrading hinterland airdromes, the AOG said aircraft still operate on laterite and gravel strips, requiring higher maintenance costs. It maintained that airfares are driven by actual operating costs, including fuel, maintenance, insurance, and skilled personnel, and that competition among operators keeps prices similar across the industry and below comparable Caribbean fares. The association said it remains open to an independent review of the sector's economics and has proposed a targeted transportation assistance program, such as a voucher system, for school children, medical referrals, pensioners, and low-income hinterland residents. The president's comments came after the capsizing and sinking of the MV Barima, in which 73 persons lost their lives and 30 others remain unaccounted for. Government was heavily criticized over the cost of air travel to hinterland communities, particularly Region 1, forcing many to use the ferry, where an adult pays $2,000, a child $1,000, and pensioners travel free. Olinda Pool reports that fire service flags hydrant obstructions along Regent Street.
The Guyana Fire Service is renewing its appeal to the public after ranks from its fire hydrant department observe an alarming number of obstructions around fire hydrants during routine inspection along Regent Street, Georgetown, on Monday. As one of Georgetown's busiest commercial zones, Regent Street sees significant daily activity, making regular checks essential to ensure hydrants remain functional and accessible in an emergency. The fire service is appealing to motorists, vendors, and businesses to stop parking vehicles in front of or around hydrants, dumping garbage near them, vending in ways that block access, placing construction materials or other objects around them, or creating any obstruction that could prevent firefighters from reaching them quickly. The service stressed that every second counts during a fire, and a block hydrant can delay firefighting operation, placing lives and properties at greater risk. Reporting for Capital News, I am Olinda Poole.
And in the regionally, the Caribbean Media Corporation CMC reports that the Antigua and Barbuda government says it is moving to overhaul its offshore banking sector, confirming that there are some major challenges coming in the offshore sector. Prime Minister Gaston Brown, speaking on his weekly radio program, said his administration is moving towards cleaning up our offshore sector and said that offshore banks operating here are going to have to increase their minimum capital probably to about $20 million US. Let's get out of that sector completely because it's not working for us. We have a problem now with another bank, he said, indicating that the Venezuelan-based financial entity, ostensibly with US $1.3 billion in assets. That's the largest one, but getting verification, the Financial Services Regulatory Commission, FSRC, placed the bank into administration. In administration, you can't find the money. So there's some speculation that, fraudulent activities taking place there. So the recommendation has been for us to put the bank into liquidation. And by doing so, we know precisely what the situation is. But for years now, the FSRC has been trying to deal with that bank. It's a Venezuelan-based bank. Most of the assets are in company accounts. I'm told I haven't seen the balance sheet. So the cost of deposits, are a smaller fraction of the overall size of the bank. But that sector is just not bringing us any value, and we've got to definitively get out of it. And what we may do, get into wholesale banking. Prime Minister Brown told the radio listeners that if you have an established bank that wants to establish a branch here, or if it's a new bank, we want to raise the capital so high that there's no opportunity for them to misappropriate. So if you have that kind of $20 million capital, it provides a more significant buffer compared to, a bank putting. And that has brought us to the end of this edition of Capital News. On behalf of the news team, I'm Ivor Wharton, thanking you for staying with us, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.